I vibe coded my entire website from scratch for free using Google AI Studio with no code and no developer, just me. And I did this just after earning Google's brand new vibe coding certification. I got Google's vibe coding certification so that you don't have to, but if you are looking for AI coding for beginners and the fastest possible path, then keep watching this video because I'm going to show you what I have already created and what the course actually teaches. But stay till the end so that I show you how I'm using this to actually build full stack apps and the one security mistake that you do not want to make before you deploy your app. And by the way, if you are building something with AI or if you have an idea of something that you would like to build, then come join us in the AI Founders Club. This is my free community where we meet every month to talk about what we're building, share ideas, give each other feedback, solve problems, and keep each other accountable. The link is below in the description. It's also pinned in the first comment, so come join us and I would love to learn more about what you're building. So here's a little bit about the course. This is actually Google's own vibe coding full course, which is part of a Google certification program for AI professionals. And this course is about taking your vibe coding skills to the next level, generating apps with AI, and making sure that apps can work reliably so that you can adopt a builder mindset, learn how to vibe code with a user-friendly tool, which is Google AI Studio. So for this course, you use their own proprietary app called Google AI Studio, which is basically an AI website builder or an AI app builder. And I really like using it. It's also free to use, which is awesome. You can get a lot out of the free tier before you have to upgrade to get extra usage. I have not had to pay for any usage yet, and I've used it a lot. So it's really impressive in that way. In Module 1, you learn how to plan your app. And then in Module 2, you learn how to test and debug your app. And in Module 3, you learn how to deploy your app. And I went through all these different stages. So I'm going to show you a little bit of some of the apps that I deployed and websites that I deployed. And overall, it was a really helpful course. I'll get into more of what I learned in just a moment. So here's the certificate that I earned it's through the platform Coursera. And this is how I actually turned my certificate into a photo of myself holding the certificate. I used this Google Gemini prompt, create a realistic image of this woman holding up a printed frame certificate using my headshot here and the certificate image. And then that's kind of the photo that you've seen in the thumbnail. So that is generated with AI. Just full transparency on that. And here's what Google AI Studio looks like. So you basically can type in anything you want and it will help you come up with your app. So if you click I'm feeling lucky, then it will suggest something for you. So this is like photo tourism app. Take a photo in the city, AI recognize the landmark, fetches its history, and then shows an augmented reality style narrated clip. That would be awesome. And you can use all these different integrations that Google already has in its ecosystem to make the app come to life. If you want to add something, then it will, and you want to type a few words, it'll actually finish your sentences for you, which is really cool. So it helps you write your prompt in a better way. So I just put add, and then it says add social sharing features to let users post their discovery to a community map. Add an audio. If I just wrote add an audio, how will it finish my sentence? If you just wait, it'll say add an audio guide feature, blah, blah, blah. So that's really cool. There are some examples of different apps others have created that you can remix down here. But here's some things that I came up with. So I've got a bunch of projects in my Google AI Studio here. The first thing I wanted to make was like a branding studio because I do logos and branding, or I used to do that more for clients. And I created a little app that does it very quickly and easily. Now, this is not as good as using a graphic designer and hiring somebody, but it can be a little quick fix if you, for some reason, need to get a logo really quickly, or you need to get a lot of logos done really quickly or all the time. So I will put in this fake company name that's like here, Success Technologies, and let's say it's an AI technology app, then The next thing, you want it to be innovative, sophisticated, minimalist, or let's do minimal modern. Audience, let's say men in their 40s, corporate, tech, professionals, I don't know. And then generate 3 brand kits. So then starts working for creating your brand kit. Okay, so here is the first concept. It gave me this cool color palette, gave me some cool mock-ups for what this brand could look like on a business card, for example. And then the second one, concept B, success tech, concept C, success technologies. So like I said, these are pretty basic, but the fact that I could actually create an app that does this with no time, like a whole color palette, mock-ups, like this, and this is like a free app that I made. I could customize it and do even more with it. It gives you brand tone words. You can enter here some notes to change your logo, for example, and it will regenerate. And then you can start all over and do it again. So it can make any app that you can think of. Then I was thinking, okay, what's like the craziest thing that I could think of for using an app? So I thought of something really wild. I was like, what if I could make an app where you're having an argument or a disagreement with someone and you give the app like both sides of your argument and it will tell you who's right or just help you work out your argument. So this was just a funny idea that I came up with, and I called it Neutral AI. And then you can either have it go where both of the people from the argument are present, or you're just doing it by yourself and like trying to work out your argument, like using this app on your own end. And you can set it to couples and spouses, close friends, family, roommates, coworkers. So for the sake of time, I won't show you the whole app and how it works. But yeah, here's like some sample problems that people might have. So I thought that was so funny. But the fact that it could actually create a working functional app using AI is insane. And I did learn how to do this and also debug it using the course for app deployment. So then what I actually deployed and what is live in real life is my new website, which is amazing. I love it so much. And I vibe coded it completely from scratch, completely for free. So here's the website. I also made this little video with Google Gemini. And it's really, I love it. It really loads really quickly. I feel like it's the screen recorder that's making it look like it's not loaded, but it is already all the way loaded. So I don't know why it looks like it's lagging. There's really no lag with the website. And yeah, it looks awesome. I've got my press links here, and if you click the call to action button, join club, then you get this nice little pop-up where it has information about the membership. But I really love my new website. My last one was really basic, so this one is a huge upgrade, and I did it with Google AI Studio. Then I also made a website for my mom's business. She makes luxury custom playhouses for children. Her website looks awesome now too. I made one for my brother who's applying for jobs in IT, so his website looks really great. And this course really helped me to know how to do everything properly, because vibe coding is really good for creating things that look good quickly, but sometimes you have issues, you need to debug it, and that's what I really wanted to learn from the course. So now I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I learned in the course, and you don't have to take this course. You can just watch this video and learn a little bit, or you can go through with the course if you want to. But vibe coding is relatively easy. So even though I was glad that I took the course, got the certificate, and learned a little bit more about the debugging, it is pretty easy and it's pretty intuitive. So I wouldn't say this course is necessary to be good at vibe coding. But yeah, like I said, module 1, the objective is to brainstorm and architect the plan for your app. So this is something that I probably would not have done if I hadn't taken this course, where they really encourage you to generate something called a spec doc, which is a specification document, so that you have on paper everything that you want your app to do and all the rules for it. And it helps you come up with a good spec doc for your plan. So basically they're trying to tell you the importance of planning your app before you just start vibe coding and describing it, because it's good to begin with an end in mind. It talks about visualizing project risks in this video, and coming up with your app prototype, which is basically just putting in your spec doc and letting it build. So that's the prototype. And then in module 2, it was about testing and debugging your app, troubleshooting and resolving any bugs to keep your app working, and iteratively testing and troubleshooting by investigating root causes. So it goes through what to do if your apps fail, because apps do fail. Like, it's just a part of the building process. It's not something that you can get around. And when you don't know how to code yourself, you can't even look at the code that it's generating and see what the problem is. So that's one little challenge with vibe coding, is that you don't really know what you've built or what your code is made of. So I wouldn't use vibe coding for things that really require complexity or high level security. My website, my mom's website, my brother's, they don't really need like super high level, CIA level security, so they're pretty safe to have with the vibe code. Like, if they were hacked, there's really nothing at stake. They would just like have to fix it and get a new website or something. So if you have anything that requires really high security, maybe use a different method or hire a professional. But for most projects, vibe coding is more than enough. So in this video, in this module, they talked about if you see a problem, you basically just describe to the AI to fix the problem. You can even screenshot what the error message is or copy and paste the error message, and that is how you debug your app. You basically just stress test it, put in all kinds of explore the website in every possible direction, and enter, if you have any fields where it's like a form, enter in the wrong information. Where it says like business name, put like a number and see what happens. If it gives you an error message, if it tells you to try again. And that's called stress testing your app, putting in like the most random wrong things and using it like a user might potentially use it wrong or with an error. And then module 3 is where you learn how to deploy your app and how to make it shareable with others. There is a little bit more to the deployment steps that were not in this course. For example, you need to host your app somewhere. So I had to learn, using my own research, how to get the code exported so that it could be actually online, connected to my domain, my brittanynew.com. So that's not included in this course, but it does show you how to share your app with others, how to share it in a safe way so that other people cannot see any kind of secret codes that are in the development code. Basically, like, you might need to put in something called an API key, and if you don't want other people to have access to your API key, then you have to put that in a certain way so that it's not visible to others. So that is how you deploy your website safely, making sure all the good permissions are in place so that people who have access do and the people that don't. So that's basically what's in the course. It also comes with some resources like your app planning guide, deployment checklist, and troubleshooting toolkit. I'm not going to show you guys that because I don't want to get in trouble with showing the proprietary information. I could show you guys the outline, but without showing you the individual videos or resources. So I'm definitely going to continue using Google AI Studio to build my apps. I have on my website here what projects I'm going to be building in public and building in front of you guys. These are the projects that I'm currently working on, and I will be using Google AI Studio for the initial prototype phases of this journey. So be sure to follow along if you want to see how these projects continue with their development. All right, so here is my honest breakdown. Module 1 is all about planning, and that spec doc that they make you write as an assignment actually did save me a lot of time when I was building. Module 2 is where you learn to debug and stress test your app, and that is actually where a lot of people quit because something goes wrong, and it can be a little bit discouraging, but just keep going because you can fix it. And module 3 is all about deployment, where you learn how to share, make your app usable to others, and make sure that your API keys and your permissions are all set right. That's the trap that I mentioned and hinted at the beginning of the video. So my honest take, if you actually want that virtual piece of paper, that certificate to display on your LinkedIn profile, then go for it and sign up for the Google certificate course on Coursera. But if you just want to build something like a website or an app using AI as a beginner, then you do not need it. Vibe coding is really intuitive enough so that you can just learn by doing. And that's why I said if you are looking for AI coding for beginners, then this is the fastest path. Just pick a real project, go into Google AI Studio, and start building. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Everything you just saw, my site, the other sites, the branding apps, the prototypes, I'm using that as the foundation for the apps that I'm building. And I'm building in public so you guys get to see the whole thing, the validation, the minimum viable product, the launch, all of it. So if you want to know more about my framework, how I plan to build and validate all of this, then definitely join the AI Founders Club using the link in the description, and I will see you there. And if you liked this video and found it helpful, then please give it a like and leave a comment below and tell me what's the first thing that you are going to build using Google AI Studio or any other tool, and be sure to subscribe to keep following this journey. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!